Hi, my name's Dawn, I'm the Reclusive Crafter, and today is Stash Busting Saturday. And today's idea has actually come from Which Craft Do You Do? It's a lovely lady, Kerry, who does a whole load of different tutorials, really from what I can gather, from A through to Z. And what I'm working on this morning is loosely based on something that she did, but I just thought it was lovely, and it's a great use of bits like this. So all these little strips and things that we end up with at the end of our projects, we can make use of in a really, really pretty way. I had these from the Georgian Romance novel. I keep saying that. The Georgian Romance journal, which I did, and these were off cuts that I had left over from that. And basically what I've done is I made an initial collage by putting them together like this onto a page, and for reference sake, these are 1.5 inches wide, and it's just the full depth of the page basically. And what I did, I have glued them onto another page like so, and then I used that page, and then I cut that page down into further strips of 1.5 and stuck them back onto a page. So this is what I've ended up with, which I think is absolutely beautiful. It gives a lovely kind of quilted effect or collage effect of all the different designs within the kit, which you can utilize however you want to. So I am going to go ahead and just basically place bits and pieces down on here. I just need to work out what bits go where. I sort of decided where they were going, so I thought she looks lovely there, and I'm going to put her there. I have numbered them up to give me a little bit of a clue as to what to do with them, and I've written it so faintly on here I can't actually see where I've written it. So we'll just put the ones down that I can see. I can't see any of them. Oh dear. Where hence they be? Okay, I know I had one up here, and I think that one was up there. I had... Let's put my glasses on, see if it makes any difference, see if I can see the numbers. Aha, I found a number. Number 5. So that one I was putting there. Oh, it's like putting a little old jigsaw puzzle together, isn't it? Where are my other numbers? Oh, 3. Okay, I found 3. So that's that one. This one I feel sure was down here or down here. I think that one was going there, and I'm pretty sure I was going to put that one there maybe. Yeah, okay, so that's how I want to lay them out. And what I'm going to do now is to ink around the edges. Just want to... The other thing you can do, by the way, as well, you could, if you wanted to, distress all around these, so that you've got distress going on around. I have decided not to do that. Actually, I wanted to cut that one down because I think that one is a little bit too wide. I seem to recall the square ones I'm happy with, but these ones, a couple of them are a little bit too wide. So I just want to make sure that they aren't any more than the 1.5. If I can, let me... There we go. Yeah, so it's just a tiny little slither off, not a busting lot. Okay, ink that round there. So how are you all doing on this Saturday? I hope you're all good. Do you have anything lovely planned for the weekend? The weather's just lovely at the moment, isn't it? A little bit on the cool side, to be fair, but very nice and sunny and very spring-like. In the UK, that is. Being based in the UK, I can't speak for other places. But in the UK, it is very lovely at the moment. Enjoying the weather a lot. So that one was going there, wasn't it? And then let's have a look. See, this one I think I will cut that way around. So, oops, a daisy. Pop that in this little. Oh, I don't want to cut that much off. 1.5. So about there. I don't think that even cut that, to be fair. Just gonna do that on my own. There we go. Okay. Just the tiniest little bit of ink around the edges, just to give it a little bit of definition from the back of from the backing page, which is what obviously it is going to be. And that one's going to go there, and then this one, 1.5 again. Am I going to be able to cut that? I ask myself. Well, I might just get that little slither off there. Perfect. Okay, so that's all the cutting I want to do. Oops. For now, anyway. So, pop some ink around there. There we go. Okay, that's that one done. Nope, we want her there, I think. Yes. Right, and I am also going to just edge these ones, although I don't think you'll really see it, apart from obviously I'm just covering up the white core more than anything on these ones. Like so. Just going to check. I did press. Do you know, I thought one horrible moment there. I thought I hadn't pressed record. That would have been fun. Right then, so that's where I want them on there, and I am going to stick them on down. Okay. So I know when Kerry did hers, she actually cut the squares out that she was putting them in, so she just kept the thin ones and actually cut the squares out that she was putting them in. I have chosen not to do that. I'm just sticking mine literally over the top because mine are different shapes to hers as well, and different sizes. So I'm going with the size and shape that I've got to work with, and hopefully that will look okay too. But as with all things with crafting, you know, see an idea and alter it to suit your own needs or your own styles as well, which I always think is a good thing to do. You know, if you're very new to crafting, sometimes following things step by step is quite a good thing, because at least you get to learn how to do things. But once you build up a little bit more confidence doing your own thing, or just using other people's ideas sometimes just to give you a starting base, and then elaborating on that, I think is a really good thing as well. And it does help to build your confidence when you're doing these things. And if any of you have seen my very first video that I did very first journal that I did, you'll see it's very different to what I now do. So you know, you can learn an awful lot by sort of jumping in and doing it and changing your ways, and or changing the way it's done a little bit, which is nice. Where was that going? That was going there, wasn't it? Lovely. And these designs, these ones, by the way, are from Scrimping Mummy, of course. And the backgrounds, of course, came from the Scrimping Mummy Georgian Romance journal, as I said. And that one I want in there. So let me just tear a page out. Let me tear a couple of pages out because I'm probably going to need them. There we go. But literally, having said that, you can, you know, use whatever you want to use. Use what you've got in your stash, or use what works for whatever it is you're currently working on. There we go. Gorgeous designs, aren't they? Pretty pictures. Oh, stuck to my page. Get oft. There we go. Okay, that one I want up there. Lovely. And then the final one I'm going to pop down there. Okay, there you have it. So that's my background and my little pictures put on there now, which is lovely. And what I'm going to do now is just embellish the page a little bit. So the idea being, you can sew round these or do whatever you want with them. I'm not, yeah, I know I've mentioned this previously, but I'm not a great sewer. I don't get a huge amount of enjoyment from it, to be honest with you. But I do get quite a huge amount of joy from art and artistry. So I am going to just see how I get on with this. I'm just going to do some lines and some squiggles, a little bit like sewing, I guess. I'm not going all the way around, and then just outline these. As you can see, I'm not terribly good at it, but practice, as they say, makes perfect, and that's what we're doing here. I'm going to do a double edge there. So that's the first bit done. I think we'll have a little bit of a squiggle there and a little bit of a squiggle there. You can't actually see it on the design on these with them being so dark, but it is there, and it just gives a little bit of extra interest to the design. You probably can't see that line on the screen, but I can. Okay, I'm going to do, what do I want to do here? Do another zigzag. and a zigzag down here. I'm going to go across there. Lady I love to watch is Anne from, I think it's Zenfly Crafty, I think is her channel. Her penship is amazing. She does a lot of drawing and a lot of fine line pen. And I really enjoy watching her, actually. If you haven't been along to her channel, pop over to her channel and have a look, because she does some absolutely stunning stuff just with a little fine liner. And I have just seen a little number. I'm going to rub that off. Obviously put that one slightly where I decided not to put it. But it's okay there. I'm happy with it there. I'm just going to go down here. Yeah, Anne does a lot of freehand work. All sorts of things she does, and it is really lovely, really lovely. I'm quite envious of her talent, actually. She does such a lovely job of things. Whereas mine is very amateurish and just something that I've decided that I want to give it a go. So this is what we're doing today. We're just giving it a go. And I don't think that looks too bad, actually, does it? That looks reasonable, I would say. You'll have to let me know. Does it actually look like sewing, or does it just look like I've scribbled on the page? Oh dear. I don't really mind either which way, but it's all new, and it's all about giving it a go, isn't it? I don't really know if I will use this after, but we shall see, won't we? To be honest, it's better than my sewing would be, so that's something to be said for it. My sewing is quite shocking, to be fair. I don't think I have ever made anything sewing wise start to finish. I've made a start on a few things, and it's been so horrendous. I just literally gave up the go. I thought, yeah, this isn't happening. Yeah, so I'm not that terrific at it. Now then, just wondering what to do about these two. Oh, let's do it. I don't know if it will be worth it, because you can't really see it on the pictures. The pictures are quite dark, aren't they? But that's okay. I don't want to cut his head off. Now I'm going to go down here as well. Okay. And then just this one left to maybe do something with. I scribble that down there and scribble that on that side, and maybe do a little bit there as well, and do a little bit there. I think I'll leave that like that. I actually prefer that one to any of the others that I've done, to be fair. Right then. Now, I don't want to overdo it, but I'm just wondering if I want to go in between these bits as well. I think what I might do is just on these lighter ones, I'm just going to do some very small maybe straight stitch. What do you think? And see how that looks. My tummy is mumbling rather a lot at the moment. I hope you can't hear it. Actually, that doesn't look too bad, to be fair. I might just pick random ones to do with that. That's quite nice. Okay, let me do this one. These are supposed to be straight, by the way. Yeah, the idea of straight, I don't think comes into my vocabulary, to be fair, or my repertoire of things I'm good at. That's not too bad either, is it? Okay. And I think I will do this one here. I suppose it looks more like hand stitching, doesn't it, really, rather than machine stitching, which is fine. I'm good with that. Because hand stitching, you're not going to get them all the same size, are you? Well, not unless you're really good at it. Okay, I quite like that, to be fair. Right, I'm going to do a few little squigs. Not too many. Where else do I want to do a little squig? I'll do one down here. And maybe one there. Oh, mind you, that's against the little squig there, isn't it? Maybe do a little squig there. And a little squig there. Hold your work out as well and have a look at it from a distance, because sometimes when you write on top of it, it looks very different to when it's at a distance. Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit there. And I think that will do. I think if I did any more, I think it would be overdone. So that now could be cut up. I'm just trying to think how best to cut it. I think, let me have a look-see. Look-see. Let's have a look-see. I am going to get in there. I'm going to cut that down there. That's quite a nice long tag, that one, isn't it? I'm going to trim that up there. And trim that up there. Okay, and I have noticed I've just got a bit of a white edge there, which I'm going to take off. Like so. That's quite a nice long tag, and you could embellish that with some labels and things. I might have a look at that in a moment. And then this one, I'm going to cut that there. And again, nice long tag there. And I'm going to take this one down here. Okay, and then that leaves me that, which is quite a cute little belly band. Okay, right then, so that's those. Right, that I'm going to use as a belly band, and I think it could do with a couple of little bits down there. This one, again, I'm just going to trim that top edge. Like so. And give that a do on there. Like so. And similarly on this one. That one there. And that one there. Perfect. Okay. They're nice, aren't they? Well, I think they are anyway. I'm going to do my normal, just round that bottom corner off. There we go. I will link in Kerry's channel, and I'll also link in Anne's as well, because they are well worth having a look at if you haven't already caught up with those two ladies. Very worthwhile having a look at. I'm going to put some distress around here while I just think about what I want to do with these, whether or not I want some labels on them or whether I'll just leave them as to when I'm going to use them. Let them talk to me at the time I use them. Okay, that's nice. They are going to need backing or stenciling or something, because I haven't done anything with the back yet. But I must admit, I am quietly pleased with how they've come out. They don't look as horrendous as they could have done. Well, I don't think they are anyway. You'll have to let me know what you think, because this type of thing is not my usual style of crafting, so this is very different for me, as I say. But I do like trying some different things, and I think it's always nice to show people as well, you know, when you're not used to doing something. I know when I watch YouTube channels and I see people do things and I think, oh God, that's absolutely amazing. and I get quite kind of, not disheartened, but like, you know, I probably could not achieve that if I tried to. But sometimes it's nice to see when a crafter hasn't done something previously and what it actually turns out like. It kind of takes that fear factor away, doesn't it? And as I always say to people, it is just paper. You know, if you absolutely hate it, put it in the bin and try again. It's, you know, there are things that can be done. So I really like those. I'm really pleased with those. I'm just going to grab my my label box. And in actual fact, I might grab my words if I knew what I'd done with them. Oh, found them. It's amazing, isn't it, when you've got a nice tidy office, that you can actually find things. It's just amazing. I don't know what that's doing in there. That shouldn't be in there. Right, let's have a look. See, I've got that, and that was actually that was part of the word soup from Amanda's Scrimping Mummy. But I actually really like that. I might use that one. Let me just cut that out. As you can see, even my fussy cutting leaves a lot to be desired, but I don't rightly care because I enjoy doing what I do. You just get rid of those bits. I'll pop some ink around there. Give that a little bit of framing. Lovely. And then, do I want to put that there? Or perhaps, I like that there actually. I'm going to pop that there. Love that. Okay. And do I want that as far in as that? Maybe not quite that far. About there, I think, is perfect. Did I use the right one? I did. Grab a, what colour have we got? Let's go with silver, because these are more pastel-y colours, aren't they? Squidge that to death. There we go. Nice. And do we have in my little box of tricks something that will work in there? What do you reckon? Will that work? Not really. It's mauve, too mauve, isn't it? Have I got anything else in here? Oh, silver. Will that work? Long piece of silver there. That's quite nice. Have we got anything else? Got gold. Don't want gold. Don't want gold because I've used a silver eyelet on. Oh, got blue. Whoops-a-daisy. Chucking it around. Got a bit of blue there. That's quite nice, actually. I'm going to go with the blue. Blue. Right then, let's pop that in there. If I can get it in. It's a bit wide, to be fair, but that's all right. We don't mind a bit of wide one. I could have been brave and done a bow, couldn't I? But it would have been here all day, to be fair. And that doesn't look very nice at all. What's going on? What's going on, is it? Maybe Maybe it is a bit too wide. What's going on, is it? Oh gosh, how can it be so difficult just to put a bit of blooming ribbon in? Honestly, seriously, I do despair sometimes. I'm not even gonna... It's not playing. Why isn't it playing? Let me just do my little squidgy bit and just tie it off. There we go. Oh, do make life so difficult. Oops. Cut that there, and there we go. Got there in the end, don't you know? That's really pretty. I really like that. I'm very happy with how that one's turned out. So that's that one done. What do we want to do on here, lovely peoples? Got a couple of little bits here. Oh, get off of there. I want to use that anywhere, anywhere. Oh, I might use it on that belly band actually. That's quite nice on that belly band. I'm going to take that little foamy bit off because otherwise it makes it stick up too high, doesn't it? And I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on there. Little bit of glue on there, and we're just going to pop that there. Okay, might come back and do a little bit more with that yet, not sure. Right then, what else have I got in my box of tricks? Nope, we're not using that on there. Okay, so labels. Too big. That's nice. That's lovely, isn't it? I love that. That was one I made just from randomly stamping these frames on paper and then cutting them out. That's actually really nice, but does it cover up too much of the tag? Yeah, I think it's probably a little bit too big, to be fair. Let me come in here so you can see what I'm rummaging through. So I don't want anything massively big. Not massively big. That's kind of the right colours, isn't it? That's very pretty. I might put that there, actually. Just having a play, see what goes where. Yeah, that definitely goes up that way. Not sure I like that. Got a little flutty by, wrong sort of colours really. Oh dear. What shall we use? That's kind of cute, isn't it? I like that. I wonder if I've got another one in here. What's this? That's not as big, is it? Oh, that's unfortunate, because I was going to pop that onto the top as a tag, although I could still do that actually, couldn't I? I could pop that there as a tag. Tab even. Tab. Or should I pop it on there as a tab? No, I don't think it works on there. What else have we got? What else have we got? Oh, I like that. I'm going to maybe use that there. If I wonder if I've got an uppy and... I know I've got some uppy and downy ones. nice. Okay, I just want to see if I may possibly have... Oh, is that the same size? Sight and Times. Yes, it is. Tra-la. Okay. So, just dig around the edges. Stand up. Just dig around the edges just to take that white core off. Lovely. And I am going to just take that round there just in case they don't marry up exactamundo. And then it doesn't rightly matter none, does it? There we go. Okay. Right, let's put this one on first. Going to pop that there. And pop that one on there. That looks nice. Just wondering if I need something there now though. Oh goodness me, maybe a word. Let's have a look and see what we've got. Although that is a word, isn't it? Yes, it is, Dawn. You are correct. You just pop that in there while I'm messing. That's quite nice on there, like that. Let me find a little la bleu to go on there, or. Nope. These are from Scrimping Mummy's Pretty Paper Clips, these clocks. Gorgeous, aren't they? Got a little one there. Oh, how indecisive art thou. Oh, I've got a tag in there. I don't know what that's doing in there, I'm sure. Wrong colour. Wrong colour. Maybe. No. Oh dear. I don't know. I don't know what to put on it. Does it really need anything? I don't know. I think it needs something. It's bugging me now. What is this? Come here. That'll do. I'm not quite sure what that says, but it's going on there. That one's going there. That one's going there. That one's going there. Not really sure I need to really do anything with this bit, but who doesn't love a good ink? There we go. Right then, and I'm going to put that there. So that is what we are doing, folks. I've yet to think about that bit. Maybe I'll find something for that momentarily, I don't know. Pop that piece on that way around, I think. And then this little piece on there. Maybe I should have put a little bit of lace or something under there. That would have looked nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would have done. Never mind. What have I got in here? I've given myself an idea. Oh, that just looks ridiculous, Dawn. Ridiculous. Let me pop this one on. And pop that one on. And can I just very quickly find a little something to go on there? Quickly. That's a joke, isn't it? Like anything I do is quick. There, I surprised you, didn't I? Surprised my own self too. That looks nice there, but me no buts, but me no buts. Actually, come here. Yep, that's what I'm going to do with that. Can you hear my little dog snoring in the background? Bless that little heart. She's such a sweetie. Just snoring away in the background. Oh, love her heart. She's very old, bless her. She's 15 now and she's got no eyes, so she can't see, but she does incredibly well, love her. She's an absolute poppet. I love her to pieces. There we go. Quite like that. And just because I can, I'm going to pop that in there as well. There we go. I actually quite like that. Right then, so what have we ended up with, folks? Let me just do a quick clear down and we'll just run through. So wipe my mess up. So we started off with little bits, little strips like this, okay? And all I did was, just to recap for you, I stuck them on a page basically like that, okay? Now once I stuck them all down and got them where I wanted to, I then cut them again 1.5 inches across that way. So I ended up with strips with squares on, and then I stuck them onto another page which gave me this quilted effect. All right, and then I added the photos and the embellishments and cut them down, or rather I added the photos, did the little squiggly bits to give faux stitching design, and then cut them down into the shapes I wanted them. So I've ended up with 3 very nice tags which could be utilized pretty much in any piece of work that you do. So those are really lovely, aren't they? So that's those. Absolutely beautiful. And I just had little belly band from the little strip that I had left over. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked them. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'd love to have you on board. And I will look forward to seeing you all for Mishmash Monday. Have a fab weekend. Take care. See you all soon. Bye.